double ask and see if I can get through. Okay, go ahead.
I guess it goes back to what I was saying earlier, Terry. I don't understand why you would brag about running 5 or 10 or 20 watts even. Why would that be a brag if you made a contact to Europe on 20 watts, if you physically owned a 100-watt radio?
Because it talks about how good your antenna system is.
But you have 100 watts, John. I mean, why wouldn't you run 100 watts?
Because you want to prove to people that your antenna is so good that people can hear you on 5 watts.
Well, I mean, you're a jackass then. I mean, really, it's a form of bragging. You're trying to brag that, I did this distance on my antenna that I built with only 5 watts. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, and then if you get a single beam, that's what it is. But there's a guy out there that I don't know about 80, but every other band, he will outperform you on 10 watts, and anything he will ever do from your home is because he's got like 11 towers, and he's got phased beams, arrays of beams on every band. I think he's got some 40-meter phased beams, and he talks about no one ever believes he's running 100 watts, because on 10 watts, he's got like, I don't know how many antennas he's got. I think on 20 meters, he's got like, no exaggeration, I think he's got like 30 20-meter beams. But that's an exception.
Well, I mean, that guy's mentally ill, though, Terry. I mean, think about this. You've gone to the extent where you're going to make this incredibly efficient antenna system, right? Acres of antennas, right? Huge towers, a proper feed line and all that. And then you're going to sit at a radio and physically turn it down.
Well, he normally runs at 100 watts. I don't know what he normally runs at. He just says no one ever believes I'm running at 100 watts when I talk to him. That's what he said.
And I tell him nobody cares. Get a life, man. You're an idiot.
When I talked to Gavin in Australia yesterday, he had 10 watts and he heard me on 5 watts.
Yeah, but why is that cool to you? I mean, why would you do that to him, Alex? If the guy is listening to you in Australia, why on earth would you turn your radio from 100 to 5? That's just, I mean, you're doing him a disservice.
Well, I figured if I hear him on 10, that's all he ever runs is 10 watts all the time, never anymore. And then I said, well, I'll just put it down to 5 watts for a second, just like I normally do. But, I'm running 250 watts normally.
So you think that's bragging somehow?
Well, just to show what conditions are like.
That's bizarre. It's a weird psychological thing.
Well, it just proves that conditions are just excellent.
Yeah. You summed it up, Alex, is that it's mostly conditions. Once you get a monoband 5-element 20-meter beam or 10-meter beam, after that it's conditions. It seems like not everybody realizes that when they're making the contacts. I get the excitement of doing it when if you're a QRPer and you go down there and you're in Morse code. If people are down there in Morse code doing it, more power to them.
Even if you have a 100-watt radio?
If they like it running QRP, why not? Let them do their part of their hobby.
Yeah, I guess I just don't understand it. You're a nuisance to everybody. You're physically putting out less signal, so making people struggle to hear you.
But then you get some of the equipment and the filtering and noise processing. And if they're on sideband, CW, then that's where they should be doing that. And it's nothing they can't do other places, but that's what CW is designed for.
Go ahead. I mean, if that's what you like, it's just weird. I mean, if you've got a 100-watt radio, why would you run 100 watts? It's just bizarre, Terry.
Oh, well, I think people do it just because that's part of the nature of amateur radios to use the minimum amount of power.
I don't buy into it, and I never felt that way.
Yeah, I think I don't know. There's more to it, Guys that do that, there's something going on there. It's a mental illness. some kind of thing going on. I mean, the radio doesn't do 5 watts.
I can get 5. That's as low as mine goes.
I'm not into QRP either. I mean, I thought about getting some of these QRP radios, take backpacking or something, and I turn my radio down to 5 watts here, and I can't make contact with anybody. And I say, why the hell would I take a QRP radio while backpacking when I can't talk to somebody on a full-size antenna? I'm sure I'm not going to do it on a compromised antenna.
Exactly. Well, I get backpacking. Don't get me wrong. I get backpacking, and I get remote operation. You're trying to conserve battery power. No, that's an entirely different thing. I totally understand that. What I don't understand is that people are in a physical house with huge antennas with a 100-watt radio, and they've turned the power down just to somehow build their ego or brag. But they're hurting everybody's ability to hear you.
It depends on where they're at in the band and what mode they're running.
Yeah, if you get on that propagation net like I get on, it's really good, then sometimes I'll do it on 5 watts. But, it's just check propagation. It's not for making conversations.
But you could always be more successful if you just simply turn your radio to 100 watts. There's never a case where 5 watts is better. You're reducing your chances of contact, and you're making everybody struggle to hear you. So why do it? You're not on a 5-watt radio.
Just to show that propagation is so good that you can actually get 15 stations on your 5 watts, and then that's it. They're going to come back to you and just give you, your report. That's it. I mean, it's not like you're going to make it a long conversation. You're not going to struggle. If they don't hear you, then that's fine. But a lot of people, just with my 250 watts or 200 watts, that, I do way better than a lot of people running whatever.
Well, I guess, Terry, we're never going to do that.
Yeah, don't even think about signing me up for that.
That's true. Well, I guess I just do it now and then to brag that my antenna works good.
It depends on what mode. If you're on CW, all you guys have fun making these little CW transmitters, and they only do 5 watts.
I understand. I mean, there's groups for that, and they all get on there and they talk on old recreations of what they had 50 years ago, and no, I get that, but they're not on 100-watt radios that they've detuned. They've not turned down a 100-watt radio.
Back in the 80s, on 11 meters, I used to be able to talk to Australia on a 1/4 watt.
Oh my God. Who gives a fuck?
You could have done that with the list. People trying to do it that bad. November 0, Foxtrot
Hey, Bill, Mr. Fuzzy Underwear.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Doing good. Good to hear it. Out and about again.
I'm glad to hear it. When did you get out?
When did I get out? You're the one who's been missing.
Oh, well. What are you going to do?
Anyway, Bill, you got Alex doing the KD6BIS antenna hardware. I think you do the Sun Record collecting. Is that right, Bill? I got it.
I went to the beauty shop, and I put my feet back in the sleeping position and continued to sleep for a couple hours.
Well, you got to rest up for 3,900.
There you go. I've got my written turned up to 3,900, but anybody up there with me, so I came down to where I could find somebody to talk to them.
I'll take care down there in San Diego, down that way, whatever, somewhere near there.
I'll do that. The drinking is Chula Vista.
Chula Vista. got some cousins down there.
Comment.
Go ahead, comment.
Hey, KN6BG out of Mariposa here. I do have my search for 100 watts out. Great conversational power. Currently studying for my extra. So I'm just reading the regulations in 97.313, paragraph A. Station must use minimum transmitter power necessary to carry out the desired communications. Doesn't mean we have to use 5 watts, but there's a lot of reasons for what people do. To each their own. KN6BG.
I think I mentioned something like that earlier, but whatever. Some people like building amplifiers, and that's what they do.
Yeah, it's a great thing. I'm rebuilding my SB201. You need it to get through the pileup, that's for sure. And if you're in a pileup, forget about it if you're not using enough power. Like we said, it's just going to interfere with other folks that are listening to you.
Well, I wish I had more power sometimes. Or a nice high gain antenna.
That's it, the antennas. I got 27 acres. We're working on a 160 meter full wave. But like you said, if you got the acreage for an antenna farm, it's fun to play around with. But a lot of times, we don't have that advantage.
Well, I'm going to have to put my little Henry in line just for 10 meters.
What do you got, a 2K?
No, I can get, someone wants to give me a 2K, but that's too big for my little Radio Shack, so I got a little desk model one.
Oh, okay. Here we put out some really fine amplifiers.
It's got the 8874s in them, and they're really hard to get new ones.
So, I had a Henry 2K.